I tell you what, man, the nicknames that are brought up for these characters are crazy, but literally, Grand Arena is, uh, it's interesting. GAS, gas. It's like he gives people gas. I don't know, man. Gas. We should have called him something like Annie or something like ANI. But gas, really? What's going on? And welcome back to Caesar Man Warrior, and I'm going to be doing a relatively quick live stream. I recorded all 4 tiers, tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tier 1 was pretty easy, did it on my first attempt. Tier 3 is easy, did it on my first attempt. Tier 2 and Tier 4 both took some remodding. And first off, the first thing I'm going to say is this is not for the faint of heart. If you do not have Gear 13 characters, there's a really good chance you will not do it. Now, I know there will be people out there that say, I did it with only one Gear 13, or I did it without this particular Zeta or that particular Zeta, but I can tell you, assured, those people are going to be far and few between. Think of them as savants. They are going to be the few that do it. The majority of individuals are going to have to get to a certain level. Now, if you've been playing for a long time, you have a huge advantage, and that is you've had mods building for a long time, so you have a larger pool of mods to work with. The longer you've been playing, the more likely you are to have a good outcome. The sooner that you've played, the less that you've played, less than a year or year and a half, you either won't be prepared for this or you will be prepared for it. However, it is going to be nearly impossible because of the mod requirements. This is a very, very difficult event, one of the most difficult that I have seen. And looks like YouTube is having some issues. Not sure what that is about, but everything looks good on my end. Now, I already did this. I got him unlocked earlier. It was before work, and so I just quickly recorded it, and then I'm going to go ahead and play it out and explain just a little bit, okay? So the first one's pretty easy. This is the ships event. Basically, what you want is all of your crew member to Gear 13 Relic 1, if possible, or Gear 12, but Relic Tier 1, if possible, is your best bet. Now, it doesn't show the ships, but I have all the Galactic Republic ships, and the Galactic Republic ships, you can either take in your 6 or 7, depending on whether you have them. Jedi Consular is there. Now, the idea with ships is to just go in and to weather the storm. You're going to kill these droids, these buzz droids, and eventually you're going to get down and whittle them down. So I'm going to play it kind of in the background so you guys can kind of see. I thought it wasn't selecting my ships, so I reselected the ships, but you go in and he's going to force taunt, so you're not going to be able to hit anything but what is taunting. So you're just going to basically try to weather the storm, provide protection back as much as possible. On this particular move, I can't target anyone, so I did a basic. On this, I was looking at Annie's abilities because they bring in a new Anakin ship, but it has very similar abilities. But it does target lock on basic, so the basic was a good ability to use. And like I said, this is really easy. It's just basic playthrough, but I'm going to put protection back on my Umbaran Starfighter because at this point, it's really all about just surviving or weathering the storm. The droids don't do a ton of damage. They do okay, but it's not terrible. And every time one of these guys dies, another one is brought back. So it's all about basic survival. Now, I went ahead and did another basic. Again, you're going to, kill them. And I went ahead and put crit immunity and more protection on Umbaran. Again, it's all about survival. Now, again, the Vulture droid is brought back. He's taunting, force taunt again, and it sends a force taunt over to the other side. So at this point, I realize it's just about doing damage to everything. So I smash everything with an AoE, and I'm starting to bring in ships that are going to help bring about more durability. So I bring in another tank, okay? Another tank. So now I've got another tank with a lot of protection because at this point, I'm losing ships. So I went ahead and took in the tank. Now, the Anakin they give you is a heavy hitter. And so he did decent. And I'm going to go ahead and just do the AoE. Now that AoE really quick did 46,000 damage. 46,000 damage is a lot of damage from the ship. And I can tell you, if you don't level your capital ship up, it definitely makes this a lot more painful because you don't get to the ultimate as fast. The ultimate's not as impressive. The ultimate provides a ton of protection and everything. So just keep that in mind when you're leveling the ship's ability up. Now, again, it's all about we're just taking these droids out, and after you kill them a couple of times, you notice they don't come back. So you kill them once, kill them again, and you just keep going. Now, I brought in an attacker because I had just lost fives, and fives is a pretty good attacker. There was 109,000, and another buzz droid was brought in, or vulture droid was brought in. So we're just going to keep going at it, killing these vulture droids. Again, that's the only thing you can do on this. We'll do an AoE, hit them all, which it missed. That's kind of funny. We're going to, let's see, taunt. We're going to put it back on my ship that's actually a taunting ship. They put some buzz droids on him. And we're going to do the ultimate, I think. Or am I going to bring in Plo? No, I think I did the ultimate. Yeah, my ultimate provides a lot of protection and retribution. The retribution was key because you can see they attacked and they got hit. That retribution is pretty awesome. So if you can survive to your ultimate, you're going to be just fine. And now it's down to General Grievous's ship. So pretty cool. Everyone's got counter. So when he hits us, we hit him back. We have a ton of protection. There was never really any risk. I lost fives and that was it. And I think had I been able to play it more than once, I probably would have saved fives as well. Marlon J, by the way, thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. So bottom line strategy with this particular level, there's not a ton. It's weather the storm, get to your ultimate, and once you have the protection and retribution, you're going to slaughter them. So the idea here is, and this is it, it goes to the next level, number 2. So that was it. We're going to go to video number 2, and we'll work through video number 2. And just remember, all my ships, like I said, the characters were Gear 13, Relic Tier 1 minimum, but there was a few at 3. Now, 2 is really difficult. A lot of people are getting hung up on 2, and 4 is really difficult, and a lot of people are getting hung up on 4. At the end of one of my videos, I show my modding, but bottom line, let's go in real quick, and we're going to talk about the team that's brought in and what you need to do. So the first thing is you want your Shock T to be fast. You want your fastest speed mods on her. Same thing with C-3PO. Have some fast speed mods on C-3PO. Padme and Ahsoka, if you've ever used them, if you've got them at Gear 13 and you're playing with them, you probably have General Kenobi, Ahsoka, and Padme built with a lot of health. And the reason for that is they get a ton of health based off of the lead from Padme. And Ahsoka, when she has crit immunity, she's got 80% more health, and so they're very, very durable. You can put a lot of protection up with different abilities, and this is all about, again, kind of weathering the storm. Now, with these 5 characters, the one character I noticed I constantly lost because I did this 6 to 10 times, maybe 6 to 12 times, and I finally got it, finally figured it out. And it was always General Kenobi. He always gets shot because he's tanking. So if you'll notice, we'll do a couple of things to add some protection and some retribution to him so he can kind of survive. The other thing is kill order. So all the characters you're going against, the very first I recommend is B2. Get rid of B2 as fast as humanly possible. Now you have 2 dispellers, Ahsoka on basic, and you've also got the dispel from Shock T. Now keep in mind, if you can put a confuse on a character, they won't taunt, so you can use that as well to try and keep taunters from taunting. As soon as B2's down, you're going to have to kill a Magna Guard. Now, I've heard a lot of people saying you got to kill the left Magna Guard for the left guy and the right Magna. That's not true at all. Just a single Magna Guard dying triggers the droids, the droidicas, losing their shields. The moment they lose their shields, you got to kill them. You got to kill them, because they've got superpowers, man. They can destroy, one-shot your characters. So it's B2 on the left, then hit your Magna Guard, either the left or the right, and then you're going to take out the droidekas as soon as they're out, and the B2's out and the droidekas are out. Then you can finish off the Magna Guards and B1, and then you can kill General Grievous. I do lose one individual on this run, but I kept it because obviously I was moving forward this morning. So let's go ahead and watch. So the first thing that I do is I use Shaak Ti's ability to call assault team, which gives a tank taunt and critical hit immunity, and I believe I called General Kenobi. Actually, no, on this particular run, yeah, I did. I give critical hit immunity and taunt on General Kenobi, and then I just got the assist with Padme. So we're going after B2. Again, like I said, you got to kill B2 as fast as possible. He's going to take all your buffs away from you and make it a really difficult run. The cool thing is with counter, you're going to get the taunt dispelled pretty easily. Now, I put retribution up because I want anytime my guys hit to hit back, just like this. It's going to weather them down. Now, that was a powerful hit, and that was a power hit. I almost lost General Kenobi. Not quite, though. So we're going to keep going. We're going to call a target ally to assist, and they recover health and protection. So I called General Kenobi because he's almost dead. So this was perfect timing, saving that for General Kenobi. Now, we're going to keep working on B2, and we're going to basic so we can dispel. And she had a lot of courage, so she almost killed that guy. And we're going to go ahead and take him out. And there's another taunter over there, and he's going to get a bonus turn. We'll weather that. And we need to dispel with basic, go back and kill B2. But because the shields are down, I was trying to take out a droideka. You got to do it when you have the opportunity. So now that B2's down, we want to kill the droidekas. So we're going to go after the Magna Guard to the right because he's the easiest to kill. As soon as he's dead, we're going to get the shields to drop. So here we're just going to keep going after him. Let's call an assist. There we go. And we're going to do a basic, which should get him to die. And then we should be able to kill the droideka on the left. And the cool thing is General Grievous takes turns, and he actually damages his own character. So now we're going after, we called a mass assist. You want to keep those mass assists until you have the opportunity to use them, and the shields are back up, so we have to go back after Magna Guard. We're going to do a big hit. This is going to kill him. Shields fall down. He hurt his own unit. Now keep in mind, as long as you continue to do this pattern, kill B2, kill a Magna Guard, and then go after droideka, General Grievous, every time something dies, he'll get another turn. He starts off doing minimal damage. It does get pretty hyped up near the end, but every time he takes that turn, he does damage his own character. So if you can get them low, like I had droideka, he'll hurt his own character, making it easier for you actually to take them out. So here we're going to put... we're just going to take him out. Let's see, which did I use? Oh, I used the ability to put up protection up. And the reason why I used the ability for protection up, that was actually a good move on my part, was because I wanted to make sure that when General Grievous went, I had all that bonus protection to absorb that hit. Now we're going to go after the other droideka, and that was because I had a ton of courage on her that hit was really, really good. If you can get a character with a ton of courage, you can take a character out pretty quickly. Now he goes. We've got one more Magna Guard to kill, and he's taunting, so we're going to go ahead and go after him. And then the B1s, we're going to go ahead and do this mass attack, and then we're going to have General Grievous go, and we're going to go after B1. Just finish him off. And this is where he's going to take out, there we go. Who I lost was my Shaak Ti on the far left. Now he's enraged, but I've got 4 characters, and all 4 of my characters are looking pretty good. We're going to put some bonus protection up, and we're just going to keep doing mass assists and attacks. And remember, it's the courage that does the damage. The courage does a ton of damage. So we're just going to, here's a mass attack, get him down into the red. And I could have done her special and finished it, and I could have also done a mass assist and finished it, but he was stunned, so I was just going for all the basic attacks. So as soon as he came out of stun, I could hit him with those AoEs. or those mass attacks. So once you get him down into the red sliver, it's over and you get the victory. So ships, you got to get them, relic tier 13, level 1. You could probably do it with less gear 12. It's pretty simple. Weather the storm, continue to add protection back and forth, and then once you get near the end, you can use your ultimate. You'll get retribution, and you'll tear through the ships. On this one, it's kill B2, kill a Magna Guard, destroy the 2 droidicas, mop up the rest of the team, and try and do it in an efficient manner using your dispels to be able to target who you want to target, and make sure you're using the right character that has enough courage to do the attack and win. The third tier is more of just a cinematic. They give you the character and you got to fight Asajj, so they give you General Anakin. And I don't think you can lose on this. I mean, they give you a character strong enough that you can just go in and kill Asajj. So I just started pushing buttons. This is where you just mash and just enjoy the show. Pretty cool. I like the animations that they did. I'm sure I could have fought this way more efficiently. I think the stun is the only way someone might accidentally lose, but anyway, I didn't lose because telekinesis right there knocked her out of her boots. So that was pretty easy. Did Arnold T101 lose the one-on-one? That would be friggin' hilarious if that actually happened. That's actually funny. Now, this one, I found the P2 to be easier because I knew the exact kill order, and I knew that I could really get that bonus protection up to protect my team. And every one of my team's relic tier 3 on that previous team. So Gear 13, Relic Tier 13, modded to a hill already because I've been using them for Grand Arena Championships and Territory Wars. Now, when it came to this one, I had a bigger struggle. I probably did 12 or so attempts, and I had an idea. I had to go for Anakin because he's taunting, right? It's not a choice. You have to take his protection down fast, and then you got to kill 5s, Rex, Echo, and then lastly, the dude with the turret, and he can give that turret ability to anyone. Now, there's a couple of things to watch out for. One, just like any event, RNG is a factor in this hugely. Sometimes my characters got armor shred, sometimes they didn't. Sometimes they targeted my B2 and he was just dead right away, and other times they spread the damage out. Sometimes I got my damage immunity up and they would whack him for no good reason and just waste their turns. So it really plays into the RNG you got to play over and over, but modding on this team was critical. On any of your characters, if they get stunned, you're as good as wasted. So tenacity crosses across the board were really, really worth it if you can get it. Or you can get your extra tenacity from getting them to gear 13. When I did this event, Droidica, I had just got to Relic Tier 1. B1 was Relic Tier 3. B2 was Relic Tier 3. Asajj was Relic Tier 1 this morning, and Magna Guard was Relic Tier 1. Now, I have Magna Guard Relic Tier 2 on my account, but that was after the event. So this is all Relic Tier 1 or 2, so not quite at the Relic Tier 3 that they recommend, although these are all very powerful characters. Now, I ran a pretty fast Droidica. Some people say slower is better. I just went with as much offense as I possibly could muster for my Droidica, and it just came with about 120 plus speed because I used a lot of my Sith Empire mods for this team. It made him hit really hard, and it helped me to chew through the protection to drop Anakin faster so I could focus on those other characters. Now, B2 I have a lot of potency on him, but I also put I actually have a bunch of tenacity sets, but with a bunch of potency. So he's really high on potency and tenacity with a bunch of protection. Magna Guard, I used my mods from Darth Malak, so it's high tenacity, high protection. So 2 tanks, high tenacity, high protection, and then Droidica, lots of offense. B1, speed and offense, just like Droidica, speed and offense, lots of speed, lots of offense. I actually believe I used my let's see, speed and offense. I think I used my HK47 mods or my Sith Marauder mods. I think HK47, I'd have to check. And then I used Sith Marauder and HK47, and one of them went on to Asajj Ventress. Lots of offense with speed. So offense with speed on all 3 characters for the 2 tanks, and I did lots of protection and tenacity with a little bit of potency. And the kill order for this is pretty simple. You basically have to go after General Skywalker, and you got to take his protection down. As soon as you do that, you go after 5s. By the way, 5s is very squishy. Now, Droideka has a special that will one-shot 5s, so you do not want to use it until 5s is exposed and you're able to hit him. You want to kill 5s first, because if you don't, he's going to die in their place and make everyone impossible to kill. The guy on the far right that shoots doesn't do that much damage. He's just annoying. He's like a flea, so you can ignore him. You don't actually have to worry about him. Rex can one-shot anybody with his special ability, and so he's a problem. And Echo he literally can stun all your droids, and so he's a problem. The biggest problem I'm finding with people trying to do this at gear 12 is that they're getting stunned. So they're getting stun locked because, Echo throws the stun, and they've got like a really slow Droideka. And so Droideka never comes out of stun, and they just die. And I experienced this myself. My Droideka got stunned. So you've got to make sure you've got good mods on them so you don't get stunned. A little extra tenacity goes a long way. And keep in mind, when you get to gear 13, there's a ton of additional mod stats that are added to these characters. And every mod you do is significantly more impressive because of the level in which you're playing. So let's go ahead and play through this, and then we'll be done. We go for the damage, and I go basic. Now, you don't want to use AoEs at all until he's sitting his little butt down, because he has 100% counterattack. So for now, look at him. He looks like he's the luck of the Irish. He's like jumping. Yay! So yeah, I caught him right in mid range, but you don't want to use AoEs until you have him down. So he counters. I'm going to roly-poly and get myself into damage immunity. Now, I put my bonus protection on my tank because he's taunting. If they put buff immunity, or if you get any kind of like buff immunity on him, then he's worthless. But if he's got the taunt, they're going to hit him. You want to regenerate his protection. So they're going after him. We're doing okay. We've got half of his protection gone. And so we really just need a couple of big hits on Anakin to get that protection gone. Now, they killed my... this was kind of a bad run because they killed him, but it seems like he always dies. Now, I did the AoE, or I did the attack. It drops him. We're going to go after 5s. My Droideka, I've not used my mass attack, or my special ability. It's the second attack. And you're going to watch as soon as Droideka comes with an ability. I'm going to do the AoE now because I want buff immunity. Watch the special. Boom. He's dead. There he's gone. Now we're going to go after Rex. And so we did the AoE, we do another AoE. Remember, anytime that he's sitting on his knees in cover mode, or whatever they call it, I think it's called cover mode, you want to do all the AoEs you can, hit everybody, hurt everybody that you can. And then when he gets back up, you'll take his protection down and you'll continue on. I'm trying to kill Rex right now, and I wanted to kill him before. Now I'm going to give some protection back to Asajj Ventress because she has no protection. And we're going to do a basic, and the basic with assist killed Rex. This is a really good run if you're playing this and you're wondering, am I doing good? Do I have enough offense on this? You should kill 2 characters while he's down in cover, or kill one and cripple another, but preferably kill 2. If not, you're going to need to crank those offense numbers up on the 3 characters on the bottom, Asajj, B1, and Droideka. Now he comes back up. We're going to, there's Armor Shred, and we're going to go ahead and go basic, 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 and he is making crazy work. Now, I think I do a heal here. Nope, I did a basic, and that actually did a lot of damage. And they kill B2, and we're going to do a basic, which will make him sit down. Now we're going to go over to Echo. We're going to put some protection back on Asajj Ventress, and we're going to do a basic. That almost killed him. We're going to do an AoE, which kills him, and we're going to do a basic, which kills him. Now we're down to the 3 plus Anakin. This is where you know you've done a good job. All you need is Droideka to go into damage immunity, and then you want your B2 or Asajj. You need at least one other damage dealer to really get this out. And Anakin is going after her, kills her right away. That's okay. I'm going to regenerate protection on my guy. I have 60 stacks or so we're good to go. I go into damage immunity. I add more protection, add more stacks. He hits the wrong guy. That's fine with me. He's hitting the wrong guy. We're going to keep putting back protection and adding stacks. And now we're going to do the special, which almost killed him. We're going to put some protection back and get some more stacks. He's hitting him. Now that's damage immunity, so he's wasting that damage on the Droideka. Damn, wasted. We're going to keep going. We're building stacks. And he finally kills him, a basic, and a basic submits him. It is not uncommon, even with Gear 13, Relic Tier 1 or 2, with amazing mods, to still lose everybody but 1 or 2 characters. That is not uncommon. Unfortunately, that is just the way the cookie crumbles. Now, I think that what I do after this is I go into and look at the mods and just kind of go into what mods did I have. So let's see. I think, yeah, activate him. No, let's go into mods. Yep. So that's what I was doing. I was going in to take a look at the mods so you guys can see 1. Droideka was at 2. Magna Guard was at 1. Asajj was at 3. Battle Droid was at 3. Super Battle Droid was at 3. So I had 3 at 3, 1 at 1, and 1 at 2. And that was a difficult round. I do not have his Zeta. Droideka's Zeta really makes a huge difference. You can see the Tenacity mods here. I actually go back through all the mods and click on them. Here we go. So a crit avoidance arrow on the B2 Battle Droid. Protection, protection, and protection. And then I go over to the B1. And I had speed, offense, offense, protection with offense set. And then I skip over to Asajj Ventress, and I had a critical chance with offense, health, crit chance. Crit chance, that doesn't really help me a whole lot on her, so they weren't modded perfectly. Magna Guard, tenacity with protection, 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 like a lot of protection and tenacity. And Droideka, offense with crit chance, crit damage, offense, protection. So you can see that that was a pretty good run. Well, I hope this helps you guys out. I hope that you guys are able to, if you happen to have the right characters at Relic Tier, at least 1, that you're able to go in and at least with some sound strategy, go in and do it. Know that RNG is going to screw you guys. It's just what happens. So be ready to know the kill order and just work on it. If you don't find yourself killing a set number of characters during each round on P4, restart. If your guys get stunned, if Droideka gets stunned, just restart. It's pointless to even try it. In the last one, you should be killing every time he goes into cover. You should be killing a couple of characters per cover, at least 1, hopefully 2. And that means you have to have your offense top notch. If you do it, you'll get him 5 stars, and then you'll be able to start farming him. I know a lot of people that are already running him 7 stars in my arena. I can't even believe it. But there are those individuals that have that. My gas, as people are calling him, is at Gear 11 max to 5 stars, almost to 6 stars. I did have some of that currency sitting around, so I have him almost 6 stars at Gear 11, and I had 1 Zeta sitting around, so he's got his leadership Zeta. I probably won't use him in Arena for a little while because I need his stars. I need him to get to Relic Tier 13, and I definitely want to get a couple more Zetas on him. Well, I hope that this helps you guys. I was at work earlier. I played just just before work, left, couldn't make a video. Now it's late at night. It's after 10 p.m. at night. I've got a family. I just got home from work. I need to go check in with them and see how things are going. And then I got to get up early in the morning for work again. So I hope that you guys appreciate me jumping on tonight and helping out in any way that I can for anybody that has 2 days left to complete this. So as always, I appreciate you guys stopping on by, checking out the video. Feel free to share this with anyone that's struggling with the event. Hopefully my walkthrough will help them and the modding tips will help them as well. As always, keep your gaming on. Warrior out.